Smoking is banned at nearly all beaches on the First Coast, and now Neptune Beach is the latest city to ban smoking and vaping at the beach at public parks. Now, earlier this week, City Council voted unanimously to pass that ordinance. Smoking is also banned at the following beaches: Jacksonville, Fernandina, Atlantic, and St. Augustine. Jacksonville is continuing its Bicentennial celebration with this new bell. Have you seen it? It's so cool. So it was unveiled Wednesday at the main library in downtown Jacksonville. More than 36 donors raised more than $30,000 to create the 225-pound bronze bell.
Well, you can get your weekend started early because it is Thursday tonight at the Jumbo Shrimp game, and fans can purchase a 16-ounce beverage for $2 and a 24-ounce beverage for $3. Remember, though, drink responsibly. First pitch is set for 7:05 at 121 Financial Ballpark. Also happening this Saturday night, you can watch First Coast News anchor Anthony Austin throw out the first pitch. And the first 2,000 fans will get a free duffel bag as well. And then stick around because there's going to be fireworks after the game. Staying with sports here, the framework for TIAA Bank Field and the future of that area still has to be negotiated and eventually approved by the city and Mayor-elect Donna Deegan.
On your side, Angie Badillo spoke with a member of her transition team and shares what are their thoughts on all of this. The renderings, we all think is pretty cool.
Like many people, David Miller was excited when he saw the renderings of the Jaguars' new stadium. Now, he had the chance to meet with the Jaguars to hear their vision for the stadium renovations and the neighboring sports entertainment district. And Miller believes that the Jaguars' vision can transform downtown Jacksonville.
It's so important that we don't just have blinders on about the stadium, but we see this as an opportunity to be able to help and invest in the communities that are adjacent to the stadium.
Over the next 2 weeks, the Jaguars will host 14 informational sessions where fans can learn more about the Jaguars' plans. While many fans think the idea looks great on paper, for it to come to fruition, Miller says all sides need to be aligned.
The way you ensure accountability is be aligned. If you're on the same side of the balance sheet, it's a great thing because what's in your best interest is also in the other side's interest.
The Jaguars have proposed a 50-50 split for the entire project. That includes the stadium renovations as well as the neighboring sports entertainment district, and taxpayers could be on the hook for $1 billion. And documents show that the city as well as the Jaguars hope to have an agreement in place by March of next year. You can find information on those 14 information sessions the Jaguars have scheduled on our website, firstcoastnews.com. Outside TIAA Bank Field, Andrew Badillo, First Coast News on your side.
Following the announcement, Mayor-elect Donna Deegan released this statement saying the renderings are a beautiful vision for economic revitalization. She goes on to say infrastructure, especially in our older historic neighborhoods, will be one of the key priorities of her administration. Deegan says she looks forward to the negotiations and a deal that's good for taxpayers, which keeps the Jaguars in Jacksonville for generations to come.
Now this so-called stadium of the future no doubt looks spectacular and would improve the fan experience on game days. Now, following Wednesday's announcement, we spoke with some fans after they got their first glimpse at the new designs.
It looks beautiful. It looks really new. I'm glad it looks like it's providing a lot of shading for the fans.
Now it'd be nice to have a whole new stadium and hopefully some more shade.
All for the new stadium, though, so that to me, that's really key to keeping them here if that's the plan.
I think you heard it there from several people. Can we cool it down? A little shade, maybe some air conditioning? You're going to have several opportunities to learn about the stadium plans. Here's the first of 4 meetings that will be happening. And of course, there are many more, but these are just the first 4. The first meeting is Monday morning at 11:30 at String Sports Brewery. There are many more dates. We're on your side with the full list on firstcoastnews.com.
And from one football field to another football field, world soccer star Lionel Messi is coming to Florida. You heard me right. The World Cup MVP confirming in an exclusive interview with 2 Spanish publications he has chosen to play next season in the MLS with David Beckham's interim Miami club. Oh, I love Beckham. We know the buzz about his possible announcement is already sending ticket prices for that team's games skyrocketing. I could only imagine. Wow.
That is huge.
All right, folks, the 8th official day of the Atlantic hurricane season, and I am happy to pass along there are no threats for the next 7 days across the basin. That includes the Atlantic Ocean, the Caribbean Sea, the Gulf of Mexico. Now, folks, because things are quiet now, it's maybe time to take a good little 22-minute and change YouTube binge break and check out our hurricane special. And you know what? If you're not on YouTube, if you just, want to have the TV on, you can put on Roku our First Coast News Plus channel. It's free and it's amazing because we've got all this cool content that continues to play, including that hurricane special right there for you. Okay? And one thing we're going to be watching in the next week, 2 weeks, is this area in the yellow here. June 15th to about the 22nd, computer models, especially our GFS American model, has been hinting at some tropical development potentially. All right, whatever happens thereafter, it's really up to question, right? We've seen anything, and I'll just tell you, because you can access it yourself, right? From the Bahamas all the way out to Mexico. So a whole wide range of possibilities, and really, is it even going to develop? Are we even going to see anything come out of that moisture in the Caribbean? We don't know. All right. Still lots of time to watch it, but something we'll be focusing on as meteorologists in the Weather Center for the next week. For the coastal forecast today, looking out across the Atlantic, things are a lot calmer. That rip current risk continues to relax, which is great news for folks who want to cool off out there. But just keep in mind, we will have some storms developing, especially north of that I-10 corridor. So we'll include Mayport, the Talbot Islands, up toward Amelia and the Golden Isles. But you can see they're going to be late day storms, and they will be some more along the lines of pop-ups if we see them closer to Jacksonville and extreme North Florida. Rain chances actually take a big boost tomorrow and Saturday. So we kick off the weekend on a stormier note. Pick day of the weekend will be Sunday. Storm chances sticking around early next week. Now today, the big story in Jax going to be the heat. I mean, we're going to be pushing 90 plus out there, which means for the puppy dog paws, it is going to be extremely steamy. All right. If you can't hold your hand down on the concrete, the sidewalk for 5 seconds, you go, oh, it's too hot. It's too hot for their paws as well. They can get blisters if they're out there for too long. So really save it for early in the morning before 10 a.m., usually after 5 p.m. this time of year. High temperatures are going to continue to remain very hot. And I'll say we'll be talking about the mid 90s next week. I wouldn't even be surprised if even thereafter days 8, 9, and 10, we're talking about mid to upper 90s, maybe in some spots inland with triple-digit heat index values. So any rain we get is a good thing to help keep us cooler. Let's get over to Katie in the UF Health Traffic Center.
I know my grass and my plants definitely like when a little rain comes down. If you are headed out the door, take a look here towards I-10. So no big issues here along I-10 and Edgewood. That is the eastbound side. This is the westbound side, and both are moving along. But congestion usually on I-10 starts to build by about 6:45. So if you get out the door early, it's going to be better for you, but it's not bad right now. About 15 minutes from Baldwin towards downtown, which is pretty normal. Your 295 loop here is moving up to speed. Not seeing any reports of big delays for you. Downtown looks good, and if you're headed towards NAS Jacksonville, it also looks nice here along Roosevelt. So overall, good start. Had a couple crashes early this morning. Those have since been cleared, and I'm not seeing any problems now. Well, this isn't something you see every day in Florida, but a Florida Panther was caught. Just take a little peek inside.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, a Golden Gate Estates in South Florida.
First of all, it's a gorgeous animal. I got to tell you that. It's beautiful.
But not right
I just don't
outside
want
my
it.
door.
Exactly. Not so close.
Vanelda Harold says she saw it looking through her sliding glass door, took video of it. She says she could feel something was staring at her. Turned around. There it was.
He did not look very cute and cuddly, more like he wanted a snack. So if I would have been outside, I would have been scared for my life.
Hey girl, me too.
No, not
Me
cute and
too.
cuddly. It's just a beautiful animal, but it's not cute and cuddly at all.
Through the window.
Yeah.
An expert at Florida Gulf Coast University says panthers don't pose much of a threat to humans. But a biologist also says it's rare to see a Florida panther so close to a home. They say enjoy the moment. Again, enjoy the moment if you're inside and it's outside.
Of, the other side of the glass. Understood.
If there's a barrier of separation.
She said he looked like he wanted a snack. Huh?
Can you imagine? She's like,
No.
I felt eyes on me, and you turn around, you see that?
Oh.